People look at the Shia Muslims and ask the same question. Why are they always crying? Why are they always mourning? And what type of religion teaches people to grieve about something that happened over 14 centuries ago? If all you've ever seen is clips online, it's a fair question. But let me ask you something. Why do people visit the graves of people they loved decades after they're gone? Why do nations build memorials? Why do we tell stories about people we wish we could have met? Because remembrance is one of the most human things to do. We remember the people whose sacrifices changed us. We remember the people whose stories deserve to live longer than they ever did. So the question isn't really why Shia Muslims remember Karbala. The question is, why wouldn't we? Al-Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam, the beloved grandson of the Prophet, peace be upon him, a man who stood for truth when silence would have been safer. A man who knew exactly what it would cost him, his companions, his family, his children, his life. And still, he refused to surrender his principles. If someone claims to love the Prophet, peace be upon him, how could the suffering of his family mean nothing to them? And that's where people often misunderstand us. The tears are not the religion. The mourning is not the religion. The love is. The loyalty is. The refusal to forget is. Different people express grief differently, but the purpose has always been the same: to remember, to learn, to carry forward the values that made these people worth remembering in the first place. Because Muharram was never meant to make you fall in love with sadness. It was meant to make us fall in love with courage, with sacrifice, with generosity, with faith, with standing with people even through difficulty. Karbala was never a story about death. It's a story about how people lived. It's about courage when courage was expensive. It's a story about faith when faith was difficult. It's a story about standing for what's right, even if it costs you everything. We don't cry because Imam Hussein died. We cry because we know what he stood for. Maybe that's the biggest misunderstanding of all. People think we're in love with grief. We're not. We're in love with the man who chose truth over comfort. And every generation after him is still being tested with the same choice: truth or comfort.